Sri Ramakrishna arrived at Adhar's house and took a seat in the parlour. Ramlal, Adhar, M, and the other devotees sat near him. Rakhal was staying with his father in Calcutta. Master to Adhar: Didn't you let Rakhal know that I was coming? Adhar: Yes, sir. I have sent him word. Finding that the master was eager to see Rakhal, Adhar at once sent his carriage to fetch him. Adhar had been yearning to see the master that day, but he had not definitely known that Sri Ramakrishna was coming. Adhar: You haven't been here for a long time. I prayed to God today that you might come. I even shed tears. The master was pleased and said with a smile, You don't mean that? It was dusk and the lamps were lighted. Sri Ramakrishna saluted the Divine Mother with folded hands and sat quietly, absorbed in meditation. Then he began to chant the names of God in his sweet voice. Gobindo, Gobindo, Satchitanando, Hori, Hori. Every word he uttered showered nectar on the ears of the devotees. Ramlal sang in praise of Kali, the Divine Mother. Thy name I have heard, O consort of Shiva, is the destroyer of our fear. And so on thee I cast my burden. Save me, O kindly Mother. Out of thy womb the world is born, and thou it is that dost pervade it. Art thou Kali? Art thou Radha? Who can ever rightly say? Mother, in every living creature, thou dost have thy dwelling place. As Kundalini, thou dost live in the lotus of the Mooladhara. Above it lies the Swadhisthana, where the four-petaled lotus blooms. There also thou dost make thy home, O mystic power of Kundalini, in the 4 petals of that flower and in Vajrasana's 6 petals. At the navel is Manipura, the blue 10-petaled lotus flower. Through the pathway of Shushumna, thou dost ascend and enter there. O Lady of the Lotuses, in lotus blossoms thou dost dwell. Beyond them lies the lake of nectar in the region of the heart, where the 12-petaled lotus flower enchants the eye with scarlet flame. When thou dost open it, O Mother, touching it with thy lotus feet, the age-long darkness of the heart instantly scatters at thy sight. Above in the throat is the 16-petaled lotus flower of smoky hue. Within the petals of this flower there lies concealed a subtle space, transcending which one sees at length the universe in space dissolve. And higher yet, between the eyebrows, blossoms the lotus of two petals, where the mind of man remains a prisoner and past controlling. From this flower the mind desires to watch the sportive play of life. Highest of all, within the head, the soul-enthralling center is, where shines the thousand-petaled lotus, Mahadeva's dwelling place. Having ascended to his throne, O spouse of Shiva, sit beside him. Thou art the primal power, O Mother, she whose senses are controlled. The yogis meditate on thee as Uma, the great Himalaya's daughter. Thou who art the power of Shiva, put to death my ceaseless cravings. Grant that I never fall again into the ocean of this world. Mother, thou art the primal power, thou the five cosmic principles. Who can ever hope to know thee, who art beyond all principles? Only for thy bhakta's sake dost thou assume thy various forms. But when thy devotees' five senses merge in the five elements, Mother, it is thyself alone that he beholds as formless truth. Ramlal sang the lines. Above in the throat is the 16-petaled lotus of smoky hue. Within the petals of this flower there lies concealed in a subtle space, transcending which one sees at length the universe in space dissolve. The Master said to M, "Listen, this is known as the vision of Satchidananda, the formless Brahman. The Kundalini, rising above the Vishuddha Chakra, enable ones to see everything as Akash." M. Yes, sir. Master. One attains the Absolute by going beyond the universe and its created beings conjured up by Maya. By passing beyond the Nada, one goes into Samadhi. By repeating Om, one goes beyond the Nada and attains Samadhi. Adhar served Sri Ramakrishna with fruits and sweets. The Master left for Jadu Mollik's house.